What is up, Janksters? It's your boy Graham, also known as HamHawks42 on the internet, and today we have a janky treat for you for Standard that is actually brought to us by our newest patron, Yuckfoozy. Thank you, my friend, for joining the Patreon at the Mythic level. It means the world, and as a result, you get to tell me what kind of decks you want to see, and this is one of Yuckfoozy's creations, and I gotta say, it is delightful. So what we're going for here is over the top in Standard. So if you're not familiar with over the top, it's because it's kind of unplayable except for like silly commander situations, but we're gonna make the most of it in Standard for some hopefully really weird board states. So it's a 7-drop sorcery that says each player reveals a number of cards from the top of their library equal to the number of non-land permanents they control. Put all permanent cards they revealed this way onto the battlefield and puts the rest into their graveyard. So each player gets whatever permanents are presented. And so what we're trying to do is have more stuff than our opponents. That way we're revealing more cards and getting more permanents. And hopefully our deck is designed to have a couple of really bomb permanents as well as just a lot of good value permanents so that as we're hitting stuff off over the top, we're getting good value. So how do we do that? Well, a couple of our bombs, we have Chandra, Hope's Beacon, who, fun fact, if we have on the field prior to casting over the top, we do over the top twice, which could actually, depending on the board state in that moment, could like mill both players out, which is interesting and kind of fun. Maybe that's not super likely to happen, but it could. You never know. We also have Etali, Primal Conqueror, because holy crap, this card is just one of the biggest bombs we have in Standard right now. And if you're looking for bombs that can hit the field and have a massive impact, that dino has got you covered. We also have Elesh, Norn, Mother of Machines. It's pretty great. Elesh Norn, the mama here, has a couple of great abilities. The biggest one, actually, in this case, because our opponent is going to be getting permanents entering the battlefield under their control as a result of our spells. So, Norn's ability to shut down our opponent's ETB triggers is kind of a big deal. If our opponent hits like 3 Brutal Cathars off and over the top, and we hit an Elesh Norn, those Brutal Cathars do not trigger. Excellent, because Elesh Norn does see them enter. So, sweet, we shut our opponent down on the ETB triggers. Any ETB triggers we have, like, say, I don't know, our Brutal Cathars or our Ossifications, trigger twice. So, great. That's all just, that's cash money in the bank. You love to see it. So, we also have a couple of other pieces here. Our lower curve cards, our cheaper cards here, are designed to get multiple things on the battlefield for cheap. Like Citizen's Crowbar, for example. It makes a citizen token and it leaves the equipment. If we need to use this to blow up a Fable or a wedding announcement on our opponent's side, we can. That's okay. We're not mad at that. But at the end of the day, you know, hopefully we don't need to do that and we just have 2 things lying around. But even if we do, we're giving up one of our things for one of our opponent's things. That's okay. And we still have the citizen, theoretically. So that's good. We also have Kemba, Kha Enduring, who can just rock out cat tokens. So it's 5 mana to create a cat token, which is a pretty high bar. But if we find ourselves in the late game with nowhere else to put our mana, we can dump them into here and we can make things. That's really important. We want that option. Ossification and the Brutal Cathar, as previously mentioned, those are great in here because it puts a permanent on our side of the battlefield and it removes something from our opponents, which is just as good as getting 2 things on our side of the field because we want to minimize the amount of stuff they have lying around when we hit the over the top. So that's huge. We like that. Same is true with Invasion of Regatha. This is a battle that like blasts our opponent and hopefully removes one of their things. Once we do that, we then have the battle lying around. We don't even need to flip it. Over the top sees the battle and we're good. So that's great. Fable the Mirror Breaker, also fantastic. This thing could, throughout the course of the game, produce, I mean, on its face, we get the Saga and the Shaman. Like, we get the Goblin right away. Even if we don't get anything else, that's okay. But the Goblin is also going to be rocking out treasure tokens, which helps us ramp into our 7-drop, or that's just material sitting around on the field that over the top is going to see when it resolves. So that's all great. We love it. We have a 1 of Depop. This is an emergency release valve. If our opponent gets a little too big for their britches, we can pop it and, you know, rebuild. We also have a Cloudsteel Kirin, which is honestly a very interesting card here because it's not a phenomenal card in general because it's so expensive. However, I mentioned that over the top may mill both players. One of the cool things about the Cloudsteel Kirin and Kemba Kha Enduring is if we have a Cloudsteel Kirin online, when Kemba enters the battlefield, they can even enter simultaneously. This still works. When Kemba enters, Kemba can just pick up the Cloudsteel Kirin. So if our library is gone, as long as Kemba is, as long as the Cloudsteel Kirin is equipped, we cannot lose the game, and our opponents cannot win the game. So if we have a Kemba holding on to this Kirin, we're fine. We're still not going to lose. Granted, you know, we're not drawing any new cards because our library's gone, but we'll be okay, at least for the moment, until they can answer that. So that's nice. We like that. And then any future over the tops we have, we can just rip to just burn through our opponent's library and like pass the turn to them and win that way. That's a possibility, which is kind of fun. So that's a neat thing. We also have Quintorius, Loremaster. This is the only one I believe this is the only card I haven't mentioned yet, other than the mana base. But although the mana base is pretty straightforward, so Quintorius, Loremaster, 3/5 for 5 with a mountain of text on it. At the end of the day, this allows us to cast non-land, non-creature cards from our graveyard by sacrificing spirits. And at our end step, it's creating spirits. So this is a token generation machine that can allow us to cast, you know, our over the top, or, you know, the Depop if we absolutely need it. We also have Wedding Announcements. Oh, sorry. Wedding Announcements and Myrel, Shield of Argive. These are also token generation machines, and in the case of Wedding Announcement, card draw outlets. So we if you've been playing Standard for, you know, at any point in like the last 2 years, you've seen Wedding Announcement. We know what it does. And it fits this deck like a glove. It's kind of perfect. Anyway, it's like, bah. It's actually been like, what, a year and a half, and it feels like 5 years. But anyway, that's a different story for another episode. But so that's the deck. We're going over the top. We're going big. We're going silly. Thanks so much. And with that, let's get into some gameplay. I see 2 Fables in the opening hand, and the over the top, and an Etali. Fable is so good, I am okay keeping this hand. This is a silly hand to keep, make no mistake. But yeah, red source, 2 Fables. That's all I need. Let's go. Yeah, and the hits just keep on coming. All right. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Our opponent is on some flavor of Izzet. So this is probably gonna eat a negate or a make disappear, but let's make him have it. Dissipate. Ooh, 3 mana hard counters. All right, opponent, I see you. I'm seeing ghosts, but I see you. Okay, well, they're gonna have another one, but screw it. Let's let's make them have it. Honestly, if their plan is to just sit back and counter all my crap for the rest of ever, we're just gonna hardcast an Etali and make them have the Essence Scatter. Okay, they're gonna Abrade my Shaman. That's fair. Because yeah, that could have been rough for him, so I can't blame him there. I think I'm gonna let the over the top. All right, Hodigen. I don't have a clean answer to that, unfortunately. You know, I'm gonna let these planes go. We're doing fine, Manya wise. Hey, Quint, what up, dog? Happy to see you. Very happy to see you, as a matter of fact. I don't have much in the way of action in my yard right now, but that's okay. Because Quinn can make spirits. Oh, but I need non-land, non-creature cards in my yard in order to do that. So, all right, cool. Is Quinn going to get bounced or blasted in some way or another? That is the question. I would not be surprised if that exact thing happened. Abo not attacking with the Hodigen. Okay. I'm guessing they're holding on to some kind of burn. Yeah, I'm guessing they're holding on to some kind of burn. Yeah. So let's work out a Fables. If they have to make disappear, I can pay for it. So, tight. Let's go. And then a Kemba, Kha Enduring. They're going to rock the Mind Splice Apparatus. That card does not suck, as it turns out. I'm not going to attack here because that puts Quint in danger. I don't want Quint in danger. So we're just going to let him just hang out, chill. Just be Quintorius real quick. I like Quintorius. He's cool. He's a cool little elephant dude. I like him. Nothing but love for cool elephant dudes. That's all I'm saying. All right. Jin's getting in. That didn't make sense. Do I let the over the top go? I mean, over the top is ultimately what we're here to do, right? But Etali's freaking Etali, baby. I think I hold it. I don't dump anything. I dump nothing. Nothing. All right, so we hit the land. We can then casually make another Treasure Goblin. Attack with both Treasure Goblins. Rock into Goblins. And Loremaster has Vigi. But if they have any kind of burn, then he would eat it, and I don't like that. So we're just going to attack. We're going to make a double treasures. I know full well this Goblin Shaman's going to eat it here. Yep. That is to be expected. But that's okay. We're going over the top, baby. We're doing it. Boom. Got a counter spell for this, homie? Attach Ossification! Oh. I love it. Love it. I'll keep the new Kemba. Ossification is going to go after the Jinn. Kemba is going to pick up the Kirin. No, Kemba's going to pick up the Kirin. And the Brutal Cathar is going to go after the token, because the Brutal Cathar is going to be easier to remove, is my thought. So I want that being the token. And now wedding announcement triggers. Quint has targets. Exiling over the top. No big deal. Holy crap. It worked. Yeah, this is feeling pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. And we have a spirit to sack, and Quint is loaded with the over the top now. So we can do that crap again. Oh, this is gross, and I love it. It's gross, and I absolutely love it. Holy cow. All right. We've got 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, wait a minute. That only costs 3 to do it. You may cast this card from this room without paying its mana cost. Yeah, so... I mean... So I'm just going to rock an Etali here real quick. I'm going to cast the big score. Discarding the Crowbar. I'm going to decline the Depop. We do not need that in this case. And then, you know what? I'm just going to go over the top again. Wasting no time. Let's just go. Yep, I got a sack of spirit. Worth it. Totally worth it. That word 3, I'm not going to be able to pay, and I don't care. Attach Ossification! Yes. Let's go. And we got another Etali trigger. Yeah, let's keep it up. I can't blame him. Value. Oh, welcome to the circus of value. Oh, and the best part, we hit a bunch of lands there, so we would have been able to play the ward to ossify Ovika. Felt good. All right, so I'm seeing Ossification and Invasion of Regatha in the opening hand, which is interesting. We don't have like a lot of our really good setup pieces, but I don't know. Let's run it out, see what we got. We're also going up against a meta hustler, so leading off with the swamp, that is definitely indicative of exactly that. You know, turns out swamps are pretty good these days. I don't know if you heard. And that is creature or planeswalker. Okay, so yeah, here we are. Passing the turn, looking at a bankbuster. Our opponent is certainly doing their name proud here. Cause yeah. Mono Black Bankbuster, drawing a card. Maybe they don't have the land? Fingers crossed? Nah, there it is. Alright, so be it. Ooh, actually, that Depop might be pretty handy. So Invasion of Regatha, just gonna give their face a little pop. No creature to target, that's okay. Quick 4 to the face, let's establish a thing. It's not a particularly great thing, but it's a thing. And as we discussed in the deck tech, we just need things online. That's the name of the game. Okay, demo field, that's annoying. But so be it. Here we are. And I guess I grab a mountain. Doesn't really matter. All right. Cool. Ah, and that gets them a plains. That's why they did it. Okay, that makes sense. Alrighty, and fortunately, we're in a position where we can sandbag our Elesh Norn, and we haven't had to run out the Ossification yet. So we're going to be able to double dip on the Ossification, possibly even after we rip a Depop. So, all right, tight. Although, ripping a Depop to get rid of 2 Spirited Companions feels pretty freaking weak. Like, we can do way better. They're not even bothering to attack. All right, sure. I mean, we can rock out Quint. We don't have anything to exile from our yard, so that's kind of weak sauce. We could throw the mom here. Mama Norn in the house. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna put Mama Norn down. If they have an answer to said Mama Norn, so be it. You know, but they're gonna have to have an answer. And if that answer is like an ossification, Mama Norn shuts that down, so that'd be pretty tight. Let's see what happens. Lily, that is a clean answer. A very clean answer that I can't do a gosh darn thing about. So, fair enough. No, we made them add something. They just happened to actually have something. Which, not ideal, but here we are. We have red, so they're keeping all blocker back. Sure. Makes sense. Play at the mountain for turn. I'm going to go ahead and ossify Liliana real quick. Let's just get her out of here while we can. Yoink. And then we could depop to get rid of these. But I think I'd rather Fable here. Let's establish the Fable, get some stuff moving. Yeah, it's really nice that our opponent has given us plenty of time to kind of like set up and just chill. I like it when my opponents let me just chill. It's pretty cool. It's maybe a little silly, but I like it. And they can activate the Bankbuster here on end step, draw the card, create the treasure token, and rock out the pilot. So that Buster's going to be swinging at us next turn in all likelihood, which is suboptimal, but there's not really anything we can do about it. Yeah, and at this point, our opponent now has more material on board than we do, and we don't have the over-the-top in hand. So, like, even if we had it, it wouldn't be particularly impactful here, and we don't have it, so here we are. Debating. I mean, they also have a full grip. They have 7 cards, so we're way behind. Invoke Despair. Oh man, we all love that card, don't we? Ugh, it's the best. It's the absolute best. I never get sick of it. Never. Like, man, when I see an Invoke Despair, you know, targeting me, I'm just like, oh man, you just made my day. Thank you, opponent. Oh boy. I was really hoping, like, I was worried when I woke up this morning. I was like, man, wouldn't it be a bummer if at no point today I got hit with an Invoke Despair? Fortunately, Standards got me covered. Invoke Despair is definitely nowhere, you know, not in short supply at all. Turns out when you guarantee a 3-for-1 on a Magic card, like, people will play it. I know it's a shocking revelation. It really is. Sure, but it is the truth. All right. Oh, yeah. Now is when we want this. Clearly. I'm gonna depop just so that Bankbuster can stop smacking me, please. That'd be great. Yeah, and Liliana's gonna uptick to the ult, and there's not gonna be or downtick and kill Quint when we play him next turn. So, Shelter of the Apocalypse. Yeah, this is just our deck didn't fire this game. To be fair, our opponent gave us a ton of runway too. They had some mana issues in the early game, and there was a big fat delay where they didn't really get anything going. But in the end, they are playing the best cards, and we are not. So therefore, we lose. Tails all this time. All right. I was gonna rock out Quint. Let's do it. I could play the Jetmir's Garden here, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna exile Fable. As fun as Over the Top is, Fable's the better choice here. Yeah. And we now have a Spirit chilling, so you know, if they downtick Liliana, it doesn't kill Quint. I guess I hadn't really appreciated that. That was nice. Yeah. But they have Sheoldred and Lily, and they've completed a Bankbuster. Like, we'll try. I mean, at this point, I'm not even 100% sure what my outs are. Like, even hitting, yeah, I mean, even hitting, I mean, obviously hitting it over the top right now is going to do us more harm than good. And a fresh Invoke, yeah, they got it. And they get their other Lily back, sure, why not?
Enough with the mysteries. I've come
Yeah.
for answers.
I mean, we'll finish it. We'll finish what we started, but yeah, this looks like, I know Orzhov was represented on the Pro Tour. You crew the bank, but you could have just attacked with Sheoldred. Like, it didn't matter. It was the same amount of damage either way. But sure, take some extra steps. Anyway, yeah, no, that one just did not go our way. That's to be expected. I mean, did I have fun? Like, I don't know. I got housed by meta cards. Like, that's not really super fun. I'm gonna skip it. Anyway. The lack of red mana here really gives me pause. Actually, I think this is really bad. Because if we keep this, like, Ossification is good. Myrel is good. But without support, this isn't going to get us there. And we have, if we could go, like, Ossification on 2 into Invasion of Regatha on 3 into Myrel on 4, like, that feels pretty good. But even so, like, the mana was just not going to work out for us here. So let's keep it. I'm going to let the Kirin go. Cloudsteel Kirin's decent. It's just very expensive for what you get. And so I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to keep moving. Wedding announcement here is excellent. I'm very happy to see that. Brutal Companion, yep, that is the turn 2 of choice for a lot of decks these days. With good reason, it's a pretty good card. Alright, here we go. So Invasion of Regatha is going to be able to pick off the doggo. If nothing else, this is going to be Wedding Announcement maybe? Or maybe Fable, I see red over there, so. And we got some kind of goofy Boros mirror going. Wedding Announcement, yep, alright. There's something to be said about predictability. There's something comfortable about that. Yeah, for the face, let's pop the doggo. That way they can't draw a card off Wedding Announcement next turn. You know, it's not amazing, but it's something. That's ultimately what we need right now. We just need something. Vicious Farmhand, that's another very popular card for a good reason. It's, turns out it's good. Alright. So Myrel herself is a soldier, so I will be getting a single soldier every time I attack, so that's something. It's not a lot, but it's something, so... Let's throw her out. I mean, at this point, we haven't given our opponent anything to remove yet, and they have a bunch of cards in hand, so there's a really high likelihood that Myrel does not survive this. It would also be really cool, though, if they hold up instants and forget that Myrel shuts them down from casting on their turn. That would be, like, really neat. This attack is telling me they probably have a Lightning Strike. Let's make them have it. Or Eiganjo. That'll do it, too. Probably should have saw that coming. Oh well. Not the end of the world. 'Tis all good. Now we got Kemba. Now that we have Kemba, I really wish I had I'd kept the Kirin. Because Kemba and the Kirin work really well together. But here I'm gonna be able to double spell, no equipment to pick up, we rock out a Deuter. Alright. Because sometimes you just gotta rock out a Deuter. I don't make the rules. Alright. Learn the third path. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Getting paired up against decks that are going wide more effectively than we are is really a bummer, I'm not gonna lie. Because that's kind of supposed to be our whole thing with this deck. And yeah, we are just not getting there at all. Alright. Q money. Quintorius, the Loremaster, in the hizzle. For shizzle, as it were. Cabaret Courtyard. Okay, I gotta say, those, like, the New Capenna fetch lands that are, like, limited to 3 colors, but they do it upon ETB, those are really good. I just like I like that design a lot. And with the Sarah Paragon, that is pretty tasty. I can't deny the sheer power that our opponent has going right there. This, though, speaking of sheer power, this is not what this deck is trying to do at all. But it's gonna happen. Etali, Primal Conqueror. Big F off dinosaur. Let's freaking go. What do we got? We had a wedding announcement from us and a Wandering Emperor from them. All right. I can work with this. I can definitely work with this. Unfortunately, nothing's tapped. So we can't, like, Emperor Smash super hard. So I'm just going to rock out a token. Knowing full well that Sarah Paragon is going to have words with this Wandering Emperor here, and that's okay. It is what it is. I want to attack to draw the card. Actually, do I want to draw the card, or do I just want to make tokens? I mean, I definitely need to be drawing cards here. I'm going to send these over here, knowing full well they're both going to die. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. Let's just make the token. Just make the token. All right. So getting Etali out here was pretty fun. That was nice. I'm glad to do that. That card makes me very happy. It is big dumb fun, and I'm here for big dumb fun. Ooh, you're gonna draw me cards. I like it when my opponents draw me cards. That is very generous and very, very neighborly of them. That tells me they need to dig for some kind of wipe, some kind of answer, because they can't deal with this dino, which is great. I love it when my opponents can't deal with my dinos. It makes me very happy. And on top of that, if they don't remove Quint here, I'm gonna have another wedding announcement online too. So this is nice. We're getting somewhere here. All right. Yip, yip, yip. Yeah, they're still digging. They have 4 mana, so if they found a wipe, now's a good time for it. That said, their board's actually not bad right now, though. I mean, we have the best permanent on the field, but that doesn't mean they're in a bad spot by any means. Sweet, they didn't attack my Emperor. That makes me happy. Do we just jam it? Do we just go for it? Do we just rip it? I do love rip and dig. I don't know why that expression from Letterkenny is on my mind, but here we are. That flips into the Disciples of the Inferno, which is just kind of metal. And I'm here for it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send Etali and the Samurai over here. I'm going to see what they block. I'm going to give them some... Damn it. All right, that's real bad. That was the worst thing they could have hit there. Okay. All of a sudden, I am less inclined to hit the over the top now.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
Much less inclined to hit the over the top. Because they just put a permanent on board. I'm going to lose 2 of my things. Yeah. Probably should have saw that coming. Probably should have saw that coming. Oh, well. Let's rock out a wedding announcement real quick. So we can draw 2 cards on in step. Do it. I'm gonna cycle the garden because we're doing fine on mana. Let's see, am I gonna draw something I can work with here, or not really? Okay, cool. Well, I'm not loving our chances here, but let's draw our cards. Actually, can we even survive in this next combat? Hopefully they direct something at the Wandering Emperor, because if they don't, we might be in a world of hurt here. And Sokenzan right now, we have 1, or no, we have 2 legendaries. So I could cycle that right now, I believe. Oh, for each legendary creature. Yeah, no, I have to, yeah, Kemba and Quint. I don't know why I haven't gotten priority on it yet. It's kind of weird, but okay. Unless is there something stopping me from that? I don't think so. And we have red. There it is. Okay. Yeah. Okay. They're just going full face. Which I respect. Sometimes you gotta go full face. I get it. And they have Coven, so that ambitious farmhand is in a position to flip. They definitely need to be aware of that. I'm gonna double block there. No. I am gonna double block there. It's gonna flip to a 4/4 because of their wedding festivities. So I'm gonna accept that's just how this is gonna go. Then I'm gonna prevent as much face damage as humanly possible. I mean, at this point, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to depop next turn. Yeah, they're gonna gain a little bit of life here, so be it. Yep. Doggone it, yo. Fresh farm hand, okay, go get your planes. Well, next turn we'll be able to, if my math serves, depop and then channel Sokenzan to get some duders to take out their Emperor. They have 2 mana open. I should put us in a pretty good spot, I think. So Quinn's gonna eat it, but it is what it is. Alright. I'm gonna do this. Gonna do this. Depop Anonymous. And I control a multicolored creature, and they do not. So that's nice. They can activate Lauren here. Give us both cards. Tight. Thank you. Appreciate it. Citizen's Crowbar. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. I can work with this. Alright. But... first, I'm gonna do this. Take another walker. Let's go. And we draw some cards. I like cards. Cards are nice. Cards make me happy. All right, so we're clawing our way back slowly, but they freaking sandbagged Sarah Paragon, so that's not great. Epically not great. Quite bad, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I don't have a clean answer to that. Definitely don't have a clean answer to that. And Lauren, okay, we're just gonna kill one of my wedding announcements. That's bad days. Bad times. No me gusta. Do not want. Alright, so if we rock out the Crowbar real quick. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not quite. We are 1 shy from being able to jam Kemba and then over the top. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 permanents, and they have 3. This is probably as good a shot as I'm gonna get, so screw it, let's go. Attach Ossification, sure. Attach Ossification, yeah, sounds good. Let's go. I mean, all right, that was actually not bad at all. 2 Fables, 2 Ossifications. They got a Spirited Companion. We also hit a land, so Kemba can pick up the Cloudsteel Kirin. Boop, no big deal. All right. We may have just turned the corner here. Let's see what happens. The double Ossification hit was dope. Like, that was fantastic. I did not expect over the top to, like, really come home there, but it sure did. All right. If they have their own fables, sure, that's fair. I can't be mad at that. I don't love it, but it is what it is. Ha 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 ha. All right. All right. Well, this is a bit interesting now, isn't it? I'm gonna throw this real quick. I'm just gonna eat one of those goblins. Citizen's Crowbar is gonna pop their Anthem. Get that sucker gone. Yeah, I think we just full send face. Make a couple treasure jugs. Now we're down to 23 cards in our library. They're down to 28. But Kemba is holding the Cloudsteel Kirin, meaning we cannot lose the game. So that's nice. Let's see what happens here. So they engage some chumps. Chump block engaged. Like you gotta do sometimes. Sure. Alright. Let's get through. So, you know what? I didn't come here to not do the thing. Let's rip this again. This is gonna be super greedy. This is like mecha hyper greed. Oh, baby. These are gonna go to the player. One there. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Brutal Cathar's going there. We're going face with this. Gonna hit the ambitious farmhand because we already have one on Lauren. Put another one on Lauren because I can. This is the Kemba that isn't currently on the field, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am mistaken. I might have just screwed that up. I don't know. Man, this is pretty brutal, not gonna lie. Hope I didn't screw that up. We still have 6 cards left in the library, and we have plenty of mana open, so... Even if I did accidentally screw that up, we're fine. Oh, and we have an Etali. We have 2 Etali triggers on the stack. No big deal. This is gross. Oh, they got an Ahiri. They have an Ahiri's Resolve in that deck? Interesting. Okay. That's very interesting. Alright, yeah, Kemba's not on the field, so these are all doing their thing. Restoration of Eiganjo. And a free Quintorius. I was going to cast this next one from my hand, but I'll get a free one just because. That's fine. I'm going to decline that. I'm going to keep that in my library. That seems like a good idea. I should have declined that Spirited Companion, but that's okay. Now the Cloudsteel Kirin. Rock on. I'm going to draw 2 cards. No big deal. And we got a Chandra Hope's Beacon. Seems good. A Chandra Hope's Beacon can finish the game out.
This war ends today.
For the face. And one of the battles, because we can. Bam. All right. We got there. Double over the top. We definitely went over the top on that one. Name is very fitting. These videos would not be possible without the support of the patrons, so thank you. It makes a huge difference and it helps me keep the lights on. So if you actually are enjoying this for as little as $1 a month, you can have your name displayed here on our kind of Hall of Champions, and just know that it does help quite a bit. And I want to give a special shout out to the Mythic patrons at the $10 level, and that is Angry Jellyfish, Bunyip, Else89, Ryan, X of Most Trades, and of course, our newest Mythic patron, Yuck Foozy, who submitted this deck. So, and also, if you are interested in having me play your deck on this channel, that is a benefit at the $10 level. So that is something that I'd be more than happy to do. I also stream over on Twitch, twitch.tv/hamhawks42. This helps support that effort as well. Thank you, and I'll catch you on the next one.